everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome and welcome back to yet another tag video, a tag that I actually have been tagged in, and this is a very interesting one. I was tagged a while back by Tracey over at Tracey's Basement. She is a fantastic YouTuber. She also has an amazing Facebook community called Basement Geeks where we talk about everything fun and geeky, and this tag is called Your 10 Non-Funko Collectibles Tag. Yes, believe it or not, there are other things that we on YouTube and the Funko Pop community collect besides Funko Pops. So I feel that this is an amazing tag because it will really give the viewers a chance to see all of our other fandoms if all we really talk about is Funko Pops. That is not me, though, but I do enjoy my Funko Pops, but there are a lot of other things that I do love to collect. So, I'm going to talk about all 10 of these groups, and I don't really think I'm going to show any props, but if you ever want to talk about any of my collectibles that you would like to see, just put a comment in the box below, and I'll see if I can make a video revolving around those said collectibles. But for now, here are my 10 non-Funko collectibles. The first one that I want to talk about is ticket stubs. I am a fan of memories. I really like to see where I have been in regards to all the fun things that I have done. And for years, I have collected ticket stubs. Movie ticket stubs, of course, but I've also collected all the stubs to concerts that I've been to, sporting events that I've been to, museums or aquariums that actually required tickets, and Broadway show tickets. But I also do collect those playbills. But I feel that tickets are a very cool keepsake to have because especially when a major phenomenal thing happens, if you actually had the ability to be there and you had proof through a ticket stub, that is just something that is very sacred to many and something really cool to have because people will just say, wow, you actually were there. Number 9 is sports team jerseys. I do showcase some of them when I do make videos, but I do love to represent my fandoms, and in regards to sports, I love to collect jerseys. I have everything from football jerseys to hockey jerseys to baseball jerseys, and yes, basketball jerseys as well, because I just love to wear these things on game days. I love to wear them when I go to games. It's just one of those things that people love to see people wearing because they just love to see people and their fandoms. Even if they're not specific fans of those said teams, it's like when I'm walking down the street in New York City on Sunday, there are so many people from the United States around here. There are sports bars that actually will showcase football games from all across the country. So I will see people wearing Redskins jerseys, Buffalo Bills jerseys, even Cleveland Browns jerseys on the streets of New York. And I just can't do anything but admire the fact that these fandoms are here and they are showcasing their fandoms proudly. Number 8 is coins. Yes, I am a true nerd because I do collect coins. I even used to collect stamps way back in the day, but that was a very short-lived thing. For some strange reason, maybe it's because of the fact that I do appreciate learning about things in history, and coins are very historic items. You know, when you find a quarter on the street and you see a date like 1951, it's like, wow, this coin was made in the 1950s. So much history this coin has actually seen. And there are even some coins that I have inherited from my grandparents. Like, I actually have a real silver dollar from 1889. That is an amazing thing to know that I actually have. So it's just a different kind of fandom, I guess you could say, and it's amazing what you think about when you take a look at some of these coins that I actually own. Number 7 is mugs. Now, I do not display them, I actually do use them to drink my coffee, but I do enjoy collecting mugs because, again, it just shows your fandom and your personality. And one of the few things that I love about the mugs that I have is it showcases some fandoms that I really don't talk about much. I have Legend of Zelda mugs. I have a mug that is based around one of my all-time favorite television shows, News Radio. So I kind of feel that that's a different and other unique kind of fandom because it just showcases other fandoms that I may not be talking about through music, movies, and television. Number 6 is virtual cute things. I actually am grouping 2 things. I play 2 app games. I collect Tsum Tsums on the game Tsum Tsum, and I collect Pokemons on Pokemon Go. I just love these games because I am just a collector at heart, and even though these are things that I can't hold in my hand and just look at their cuteness, the fact that I actually collect them in a game is still collecting nonetheless. Tsum Tsum is one of my favorite games right now, especially being a Disney fan, and I just love looking at all these characters that I've collected ever since I started playing. If you don't play Tsum Tsum or Pokemon Go, and you like collecting things, these are definitely two games that are right up your alley. Number 5 is video games. I collected video games ever since I got my very first Nintendo. It's one of my favorites, and even though I have not had much time to play video games over the past few years, now I'm actually playing some more video games more often. I have a Nintendo 3DS now, which I absolutely love. I played World of Warcraft for almost 10 years, so I also love collecting them because it's just nice to have, and video games are also something great to talk about. Number 4 is Harry Potter stuff. It's not just the movies, and it's not just the books. I have wands, I have clothing items, and there's definitely a lot more room for Harry Potter fandom in my life. My most recent additions to my collection are the brand new Jim Kay illustrated editions of the Harry Potter books, and they are 2 of my prized possessions now. There's one coming out every single year for the next 7 years, so the fact that I actually have these first 2 books, it's literally like reading the story anew, and it's been a while since I've actually read the books. I also do have first printings of a couple of the original books, and alongside the movies, you know, having all of this Harry Potter stuff, because it really is an amazing fandom, I'm very proud of the fact that I have them. And yes, I even do have 2 Harry Potter Funko Pops, even though we're not allowed to talk about it today. The next thing I want to talk about, which is number 3, and those are my Mets stuff. I am a huge Mets fan. Baseball is the national pastime, of course, but I love to go to baseball games, so it kind of spills over into ticket stubs. But what I've been collecting over the past couple of years are the bobbleheads that they give out at the game. I love my Mets bobbleheads. Some of them are Mets greats, some of them are current Mets players, and also my wife has collected a few Mets things on her own. She actually had the fortunate chance to see 2 of the last 3 games at Shea Stadium, and the things that they gave out there were a miniature of Shea Stadium, so it's really cool to have all of that stuff. And I also just love to display them because there's so much history in all of these famous faces in Mets history. And the next thing I want to talk about, which is number 2, I want to talk about CDs, which is my music collection. And I'm going to break it down a little bit because I also go into bands and I also go into certain sounds. There are certain bands that I am truly loyal to. I bought every single Beatles album, every single Led Zeppelin album. I collect current bands like Dream Theater and Green Day and the 1975. And whenever there's a new album that comes out from these people, you know, I have to find out if it's good or not. And most of the time I am not disappointed, which makes me very happy, but I just love collecting music, and I still prefer to collect the physical CDs rather than going out and downloading everything, because I feel that there's so much more to collecting a CD when it comes to music. There's the lyrics, there's the packaging, there's the artwork, there's just so much more in it, and that's why I like to collect my CDs. And of course, my number 1, how could it not be movies? I mean, you see the collection right back here. So many movies, which of course I can categorize because there are fandoms within all of my movies that I'm also very passionate about. Harry Potter films, Star Wars, Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the now new DC Expanded Universe, the Disney films, Pixar films, Studio Ghibli films, anime. There's so many different fandoms that are in one specific fandom, and that's why I love to use it, because it's just so vast, like my music collection. And that is why I am proud to be a collector, because there's just so many amazing movies out there. And because of the fact that I do this YouTube show, I am watching more movies every single day, whether they are brand new, whether they are classics. And I thank you all for making these 10 fandoms grow. And that's it, everybody. Those are my 10 non-Funko collectibles. And before I go, of course, I want to thank Tracey over at Tracey's Basement for tagging me, and now it's time for me to tag a couple of people. I had to make sure that the people that I was was tagging are people that definitely enjoy collecting their pops, and I want to know some more about all of your other fandoms. So I'm going to be tagging Laura over at Magic of the White Pages, I'm going to be tagging Maddie over at RoseBooks, I'm going to be tagging Angela over at Coffee&Chapters, Gina over at RandomlyBookishGina, Kevin over at The Irish Reader, and my friend Hannah over at A Cup of Wonderland. And if you are a Funko Pop collector and you want to showcase your fandoms, even if you're not a Funko Pop collector and you have 10 collections that you want to share with your fans, I think this will be very beneficial to you guys as YouTubers. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please put your comments in the box below and let's talk about all of these fandoms. And I will see you in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.